Hello YouTube, Shadow Soul Dweller here, and welcome to another one of my top 10 videos. Today I'm doing top 10 power-ups. Now in this list I'm going to be covering anything basically is your traditional type power-up, or anything that basically increases your power but only for a certain amount of time. So basically I come up with this list just because I was looking through actually some other lists that I've done before, and it made me think of a couple of things that I've done in games recently where I enjoyed that special moment. You get that bit of extra power and just blast your way through a level. So here's my top 10 power-ups in games. Number 10, the Mario Mushroom. So I had to start off on this absolute classic. Whereas I know a lot of lists have picked this as their number 1, I had to do it the other way and pick it as number 10, just because simply I understand the iconic status of the traditional Mario Mushroom. But I also found as a power up generally it made you able to take an extra hit and made you bigger. But for me it didn't exactly do anything more exciting outside of that. But still, I always appreciate the fact that it is a classic. Number 9, the Sonic Sneakers. Now, same as well with the Mario Mushroom, I understand this is the classic icon. I picked, obviously Sonic was all about speed. I put this as number 9 because I thought the sneakers were a bit more helpful though, the fact they did give you a large speed boost for a good while, which actually added an extra element into the game. So, that's my number 9. Number 8. The Bomb Push. Now for people that play the old Bomberman games, they remember this. This was such a useful tool for you to get. Now I understand once you had it for the level, but because of how short the levels tend to be, it's still a temporary power up because you had to wait until you eventually got it. This basically allowed you to plant a bomb and then whack it, so it would fly up in a straight line, and it was so useful for setting traps and catching other people out. So it's something I always look forward to getting to when playing. Number 7, Blink from the Dishonored series. And this is obviously one of the powers that you get in the Dishonored games you play. It allows you to teleport yourself a small distance across the level, and also allows you to maneuver yourself into a position where you can do an attack from mid-air, or you can kick an enemy flying through the air, and well, it's just a whole lot of fun and incredibly useful. Number 6, the Pipe from Streets of Rage. Now this is an old classic game from back when I was a child. Now I loved the Streets of Rage games, and one of my favourite things in it was when you could pick up a pipe. Although there was lots of other weapons in it, the pipe was just always fun because, well, from everything from the noise it made when you swang it to the fact you could hit multiple people at the same time, it's just lots of fun running around walloping everybody with the pipe. Number 5, the Blue Shell from Mario Kart. Now we all know this one. The blue shell. It's a wet dream of every person that's at the back of the pack, and the constant nightmare the moment you get into first place. You pick it up, fire it, and it will home down until it finds whoever's in first place and blast them, and usually put them almost to the back of the pile. So as a classic and as a lot of fun and being useful, that had to be right there in the list. Number 4. Now this is an old classic. The Pac-Man Power Pellets. Now, probably the most iconic image aside from Space Invaders in games ever is the Pac-Man Power Pellet moment, with the fact that once you pick up one of these pellets, the ghosts change colours and they become vulnerable, and you can go and eat the ghosts. So this definitely had to be in the list, as this has probably been responsible for a lot of different power-ups that have been put in other games in the past as well. Number 3. The ray gun and energy powers from Call of Duty Zombies. Now, anyone that's ever played Call of Duty Zombies will know this one well. The machine where you can upgrade your weapons, and eventually you upgrade enough, you eventually get the ray gun or the energy power version of each weapon, which just adds a whole new element of fun to the game, being able to go around with a futuristic style weapon and zapping all the zombies down to dust. So, that one's in there. Number 2. The Power Arrows from the Legend of Zelda series. Now these I had to pick. I'm focusing mainly on the fire, the ice and the light arrows that are available in the games, just because they came as a great power up that helped you in the game but they were actually power-ups that changed the shape of the games themselves, mainly basing around the fact that temples could be done in one way or the other, but if you had the different arrows available that helped, well, it allowed you to open a whole new avenue of how to do the temples. For example, being able to light certain torches, etc. with the fire arrows, it would open up new areas, activate different traps, and give you access to different items as well, or to simply give you a whole different route that you could take and a different way to beat the bosses, etc. So that's why I had to pick it through as my number 2. Number 1. Now here's one that I absolutely am in love with, the summons from Final Fantasy. Just because, well, you've probably seen my other videos, I am a huge fan of the Final Fantasy series, and well, the summons have always been a big part of it for me. They've reinvented them time and time again throughout the series, but as a whole they've kept their magic for all the classic Final Fantasy games, and well, I just love the fact that they've always got a nice twist, a nice turn, and the fact that it's always a special moment when you're able to bring one into the battle, as it makes all the difference. And also different people always having their own favourites in each summoning. As for mine, my favourite summons are either Ifrit or the Leviathan, so it just had to be put in there as my number 1 because I think it's the most special power up I've ever come across in any type of game series. Anyway, that's my top 10 list, and I'm Shadow Soul Dweller. I'll see you out there. Please feel free to comment anything that you found in games that you liked as power-ups. Let me know what your favourites are. Please drop a like on the video, and please feel free to subscribe to keep up to date on all the videos and future coming content. See you out there.